Well, Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, is said to be questioned by the US Congress on Monday, though she's expected to invoke her right to not answer the questions. Also, the questioning will take place behind closed doors. Maxwell is currently serving 20 years in prison for trafficking girls to the late disgraced financier Epstein. She will face questions from prison by a video link. The House Oversight Committee is probing Epstein's connections to powerful figures and how information about his crimes was handled. However, Maxwell is expected to invoke her right to not incriminate herself, guaranteed in the Fifth Amendment of the US Constitution. Her lawyers have pushed for Congress to grant her legal immunity in order to testify in deposition, but lawmakers have refused for that. A letter written by House panel member Representative Ro Khanna to its chamber, James Comer has claimed that instead of answering individual questions, Maxwell plans to read a prepared statement at the beginning of her deposition. Khanna even pointed out that this was different from Maxwell's past position. She's previously met twice with Deputy Attorney General to discuss substantially similar subject matter last year. Maxwell was moved to a minimum security prison in Texas after the meetings. The panel is also expected to depose former President Bill Clinton and his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. In fact, the Clintons have called for her depositions to be held publicly to prevent Republicans from politicizing their testimony. Also, President Donald Trump himself was a long-time Epstein associate but has not been called to testify by the oversight panel yet, which is led by members of his Republican Party itself. The US Department of Justice has said that no more prosecutions are expected even after release of millions of files on Epstein. However, the fallout of the latest release of the files relating to Jeffrey Epstein continues. Norway's foreign ministry said that the country's ambassador to Jordan and Iraq has resigned after an investigation was launched into her ties to Epstein. Mona Joule, who played a key role in secret Israel-Palestinian negotiations, which led to the Oslo Accords, is among several high-profile Norwegian figures swept up in the latest Epstein file release. In fact, according to Norwegian media, Epstein left $10 million in his will to Joule's two children. In UK, Prime Minister Keir Starmer's chief of staff has also resigned. Morgan McSweeney has resigned over Starmer's decision to appoint Peter Mandelson as the UK's ambassador to the United States. In a statement, McSweeney claimed responsibility for Mandelson's appointment, adding that he advised Starmer to make the decision. The UK Foreign Ministry is also reviewing an exit payment to Mandelson, who was sacked over links to Jeffrey Epstein. Reports suggest that Mandelson received an estimated payout of over $50,000 after only 7 months in the job.